خانم ها و آقایان، سلام بر شما. بار دیگر سلام گرم و صمیمانه من رو از شبکه جهانی تلویزیون امید ایران بپذیرید. امیدوارم در هر کجا که هستید خوب و خوش و سلامت و پاینده و برقرار باشید. در برنامه The Bridge of Victory هستیم، پل پیروزی، برنامه‌ای که میدونم بسیار بسیار مورد توجه شما بینندگان عزیز در سراسر دنیا قرار گرفته، چرا که وقتی که این برنامه رو شما نگاه میکنید با اوضاع احوال مسائل اداری و شهری آمریکا بیشتر آشنا پیدا میکنید، به خصوص این که هموطنان ما در بعضی از این موارد جزء مسئولین هستند و وقتی که میان اینجا صحبت میکنن از طرفی جای بسی افتخاره برای ما که میبینیم که جامعه ایرانی چه خوش درخشیده و خوشحالیم که امروز این برنامه در اصل همون شده پل پیروزی، پلی که امروز امید ایران با هموطنان عزیزمون در داخل و خارج از ایران برقرار کرده. به هر حال ممنون و سپاسگزار از شما به خاطر حمایتتون از این برنامه و ممنون و سپاسگزار از دوست و برادر عزیزم آقای مهندس جهانگیر اردلان که در این راستا ما این برنامه رو با هم تهیه و اجرا میکنیم. به هر حال امروز هم مثل دیگر هفته‌های گذشته برنامه است بسیار آگاهی دهنده، به خصوص در رابطه با شهری که شهر وست‌وود هست و یا وست لس آنجلس که بسیاری از هموطنان عزیز ما در اونجا اقامت دارن، بیزینس میکنن و شما که در خارج از آمریکا هستید، به آمریکا نیومدید، شاید در دیگر شهرهای آمریکا هستید و به لس آنجلس نیومدید، در رابطه با وست‌وود خیلی شنیدید و خیلی ویدیو دیدید، خاطره پیدا کردید با دوستان هستی که اومدید اینجا و این یکی از برنامه تقریبا مهمی خواهد بود برای شما عزیزان که امروز ما یکی از کانسل ممبر دیستریکت 5 یعنی بخش 5 لس آنجلس که وست‌وود باشه رو دعوت کردیم به اتفاق یکی از آسیستانشون که در این برنامه حضور دارن.
من هم به نوبه خودم عرض سلامی دارم خدمت بینندگان محترم شبکه جهانی تلویزیون امید ایران. هر کجای دنیا هستید خوب و خوش و سلامت باشید. بسیار خوشحالیم که واقعا این فرصت پیدا شده، به خصوص جناب آقای رفیعی همچین کار مناسبی رو که الان سومین سال داریم این کار رو انجام میدیم دعوت میکنیم از نماینده های مختلف شهری در شهر لس آنجلس و اطلاعات کافی رو تا اونجایی که میتونیم واقعا به جامعه ایرانی میرسونیم و امروز خوشحالیم که واقعا جزو یکی از کانسل ممبرای موفق جامعه که بیشتر اون منطقه رو ایرانی‌ها تقریبا دارن تشکیل میدن، 1/3 جمعیت منطقه وست ال رو اگه اشتباه نکنم تقریبا ایرانی‌ها هستن، شخصی به اسم مستر پال کورتز که واقعا یکی از همیاران جامعه ایرانی هستن و خوشحالم که خانم کسی رو انتخاب کردن، یک ایرانی که دپیوتیشون هستش به اسم خانم جزمن شمولیان که ایشون هم واقعا فارسی صحبت میکنن و میتونن کمک دهنده باشن به جامعه ایرانی در این منطقه به خصوص. Welcome Mr. Paul Koretz to our program. It's our privilege to have you in our program. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation to this program.
Well, it's my great pleasure. People out there watching.
I hope you understood what we said.
I understood every word.
Okay, so you should because you have many.
But I admit
you should many contact with Iranian actually because of your job, don't you?
Oh well, for many years. I really got introduced to the Iranian community by people in the business community in the new city of West Hollywood. When it was founded in 1984, I helped with the founding, and I was on staff with one of the first council members. And there were business people that we helped with problems in setting up their business and developing them, like Joe Shushani and Mark Asari and some other business people who I'm still friends with to this day, but they really sort of made the introductions, to the Persian community.
But before we want to talk about the Iranian community and about your responsibility, your job, we like to know about Iranian food. How much do you know about it?
It's great, especially the restaurants on Westwood Boulevard.
That's what I'm saying.
I could eat there every meal, and I'd never have to go anywhere else.
That's what I said. So, very welcome to our program, and thank you so much. We have heard many things good about you, about how much you care about the Iranian community, how much you care about Westwood or West Los Angeles. So it's really, it's very nice of you that we see people do care about, you know, any community or any city that they have responsibility for it.
Well, this community is really a treasure for the city of Los Angeles, and in my district, especially in Westwood. Persian community has been perhaps the most successful immigrant community in the history of the United States. A lot of people came here with nothing, and they became very successful. There are many, many good friends of mine, especially in the Westwood area. And we're happy to have been able to give back and work with the community and do things like sponsor the annual Nowruz Festival in Westwood, which this year we actually wound up funding almost all of it. It's not the case every year, but we do whatever we can to help with that. We declared a Persian square at Wilkins and Westwood, and we posted a sign that made it official, because that was where the Persian business community really started in Los Angeles over 30 years ago. And so we recognize that to try and show respect and respect to the history of the Persian community here in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Mr. Koretz, basically this is the first term that you became a council member for the West Los Angeles District 5.
Actually,
right?
second term. I'm just finishing my second term.
You're finishing second term.
Yes.
And whatever happened in West LA, and especially Persian Square, because of your time, obviously you were insisting to help the Persian community to bring the Persian Square into that area.
And it wasn't always that easy.
I know. And we do really
the
appreciate
bureaucracy usually doesn't
really
like to do these
that.
very often, and there were a lot of steps to make it happen, but I was very proud to make that happen.
And that's why I'm trying to put the word for you, because of you, obviously, you put so much effort to put that name, Persian Square, in that area, and we do really appreciate it.
Well, it was my great pleasure, and I thought it was very important to do that and recognize the community.
By the way, we have to welcome Jasmine as
Merci.
well for the second time.
Merci, thank you.
Merci
خوشحالم،
از اینکه
خیلی
اومدی.
خوشحالم.
قربونت برم.
Of course.
Let's ask Mr. Koretz. We like to know some about your background. Okay, where you come from. So, what did you study? How come you choose this position for living? So, this, etc. Something like that.
Well, first, my family. My mother came from Russia. She fled the pogroms in Russia, and my father fled Nazi Germany. So they both came to this country as their families as refugees from dangerous times. So that certainly affects my background and some of my thought process. My father was very active in his union. He was a waiter all his life once he came to this country. And so I was active with him as a young child. I walked picket lines and went to protests, and so I've always been concerned about working people. And I always loved politics. From the time I was a little kid, I worked on political campaigns. And then a friend of mine ran for the first West Hollywood City Council back in 1984, and I helped him, and we were part of the effort to create the city. And he won, and I worked as his staff person. And 4 years later, he decided...
Which section, which division, which district?
Well, there aren't districts in West Hollywood, so it was citywide. There are 5 council members. Mm-hmm. And he served one term, and he set up a terrific business community, especially in West Hollywood. But he didn't like criticism, and because there'd never been a representative city, there were a lot of pent-up criticisms. And so after one term, he said, I had enough of this. I quit. and surprised everyone, including me. But he said, "You might be interested in running. Why don't you look at it?" So I decided to run, and I got elected to the first, not the first, but the early West Hollywood City Council, and had a lot of interactions with, particularly with the Persian community in that city. Then I ran for
West Hollywood is a separate city. It
Yes.
does not belong to city of Los Angeles. It's one of the city that obviously it is a part of county of Los Angeles. But
and it used to just be an unincorporated area with no city
Exactly.
representation.
exactly.
And a lot of people thought we weren't getting enough services that way, so we all created the city in 1984.
Well, that's interesting.
Then in 2000, I ran for the state legislature, and I represented West Hollywood and Beverly Hills and the greater LA area surrounding it in the state legislature. And then in 2009, I ran for Los Angeles City Council in a district where I had grown up and gone to elementary school and junior high school and high school and
That's
college
right.
at UCLA. So it was really my district. And I've been holding that seat ever since.
That's good. You want me to speak Farsi with you or rather speak English? Doesn't matter. خب پس فارسی صحبت
Okay.
می‌کنیم.
By the way, I should say that for much of the time I've been on the council, I have had a deputy that is a liaison with the Persian community, and
That's really
Jasmine,
one of
is
the
that
great
for me
jobs
right
I've done
now?
for Iranian community, and we want to appreciate that.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so بگید راجع به پوزیشنی که داری، موقعیتی که داری، جابی
Sure.
که داری چی هست؟
بله من فیلد دپیوتی وست‌وود هستم. So هر کسی که یه اشکال داره با سیتی دپارتمنت I would suggest که اول با سیتی دپارتمنت حرف بزنن and they can always contact me afterwards که ببینن status requestشون کجاست. And so my job particularly من liaison هستم برای department هرچی business یا resident با این with these individuals and groups and neighborhoods I'm able to assist them with their issues.
That's
Do you
good.
want
نه ما قبلا هم با جسمین
بله.
مصاحبه
بله.
کردیم در رابطه با بک‌گراندش که
بله،
چطور شد این جاب رو انتخاب کرده صحبت کردیم، دلیل نداره که بخوایم دوباره این سوال رو مطرح بکنیم.
من بعد از اینترویویی که با شما داشتیم
بله.
I do apologize we speak Farsi because we have a lot of
Oh,
viewers
that's
that they speak.
fine, of course.
بعد از اینترویویی که با شما داشتیم I got so many calls.
Oh.
You can't believe it.
Wow, good.
Emails and calls.
okay
Especially in West Side area, and they were emphasizing on the street, on like Westwood Boulevard, why they are not doing anything on Westwood Boulevard.
Okay.
Why the lights are this, why the trash is all over, and we do have a lot of visitors
Sure,
obviously in West Side. And I said, have you ever talked to Jasmine? They said, who is Jasmine? I said, that's the lady I got it at the program.
Yeah.
I said, thank you, we know, we got the numbers. I don't
Good.
know, they called you? You were
yeah I got after I was on this program I had a couple of calls and it was very nice to hear from people. My goal it's really an honor to work here and because we represent so many Persians I think it's so important that we that I'm here and I know how to speak Farsi and people are comfortable to call.
Exactly.
Yeah